In the future, everyone has a chip installed in their eyes. You can check other people's scores at any time. The high score determines everything for you. People with high scores will get a lot of privileges. People with low scores will be ostracized by everyone. If you reach a score of 0, you will be sent to jail. Lacey's score is 4.2. Not too high, not too low. The first thing you do when you wake up every day is to practice your fake smile in order to get a higher score. She smiles at everyone, takes one bite of breakfast and spits it out just to get a good pose, taking a picture and tweeting it to get a higher rating. In the elevator, Lacey met a woman with a high rating. They both say hello with fake smiles. Lacey rushed to her phone to check her page to find something to talk about and exchanged 5-star reviews with her. A man came to the office and offered his attention. He only had a 3.1 rating. Lacey didn't want to pay attention to him. She took a sip of the drink for the sake of the positive feedback, but the co-workers cast a strange look. It turns out that the man is engaged in office romance. Now he broke up with his boyfriend. The co-workers are on his boyfriend's side. Lacey also received several bad reviews. Lacey came to a high-end neighborhood to look at a house. The environment is very good. The male model in the advertisement also made Lacey want to have a good time. The price was too high. The manager told her, if you can reach 4-5 points, you can get 20% discount. Lacey was tempted, but her score was only 4.2. If you want to get to 4-5 quickly, there is only one way. Have someone with a high score give herself 5 stars. The next day at work, Lacey met the man again. He now only has a 2.4. He couldn't even get in the door. Lacey fled in a hurry to save herself. In the elevator, she met yesterday's high-scoring lady again. She immediately made a big offer, but she only received 3 stars for trying too hard. Lacey looked at Twitter and found her childhood friend with a 4.8 rating. Lacey had a bright idea. She had a great plan. She tweeted a picture of the rag doll her best friend gave her, and she got a 5-star rating from her best friend. In the evening, her bestie called her. She said she was getting married to a rich man. The guests were all high achievers. She wanted Lacey to be her bridesmaid. Lacey was very excited for herself. This is a good opportunity to raise the score. After hanging up the phone, her brother reminded Lacey that her best friend was a mean person. Once not only taunted Lacey but also stole her boyfriend. Lacey had given up her dignity for the sake of her score. She also prepared a mealy-mouthed wedding speech and made the painful memories of the past sound rich and glamorous. Lacey's behavior made her brother despise her. The two siblings had a big fight. They even gave each other low marks. In a hurry, Lacey bumped into a high-scoring passerby. Another star arrived at the airport and was told the flight was cancelled, and another flight still has to reserve a seat, but only a score of 4.2 or higher could be purchased. She didn't have enough points because of the previous bad reviews. Lacey was devastated, could not help but cuss out. As a result, she instantly received low scores from people around her. Even the airport security directly deducted 1 point. The time limit is 1 day. During this period, the points will be doubled if you receive a bad review. Now Lacey's only hope is to make it to the wedding. To improve her score, the only way to get there is to rent a car. But the score is too low, so I can only rent a small broken car with problems. After a few hours of driving, the battery ran out. She has no choice but to go out on the street and hail a car. But her score was so low that no one would take her. When she was helpless, a kind lady with a rating of 1.4 stopped the truck for her. Lacey was hesitant. A score of 1.4 is either crazy or a criminal. But due to the pressure of time, she got into the car. In the car, the sister talked about herself. Once she was also a high scorer with a score of 4.6. For the sake of the score is also desperate. But 8 years ago, her husband had cancer. The only chance for treatment was replaced by someone else because the score was not enough. After her husband died, she didn't care about her score anymore. No more worries, no more pretending. But she was able to live her true self. Lacey was advised by her older sister not to live for her grades, but Lacey disagreed. All she wanted in life was to live the life of the upper class. After dawn, they parted. Big sister even gave her a water bottle. For the first time, Lacey felt that there were people who didn't want to help others for the sake of their marks. Now it's close to the wedding. Lacey disguises herself as a fan of sci-fi shows to get a free ride, so that she could get straight to her destination. But what she didn't expect was, her best friend called and told her not to come. The reason she was invited was because she had a 4.2. It's nice to show an old friend who's a little under 4 points to add to her score. Now Lacey only has 2 points or so. The effect is not good.
Go home! I have never seen your stupid fucking show.
Lacey still doesn't want to give up. She insisted on finishing the wedding and getting a high score. She borrowed a go-kart and went to the wedding site, but the place only allows people with a score of 3.8 or higher to enter. She had to take a path and accidentally fell into a mud puddle. A scruffy appearance at the wedding site. Lacey has gone crazy in this case, while raging against her best friend's bad behavior, while thanking her for her childhood companionship. Lacey's rating has been dropping in the midst of the scolding, as her score had reached 0. She was arrested by the police and sent to jail. In prison, the chip in the eyes was removed. At this time, everything seems to be clear. Looking at the dust of waste in the air, Lacey smiled and shed tears. This time it was not a fake smile. Lacey and the prisoner across from each other did not like each other. They started to swear at each other. It was at this moment she finally took off her disguise. In the midst of the back and forth rant, enjoyed the joy of the truth. If there was really such a rating mechanism, would you rather be a hypocritical person with a high score, or to be a person who lives honestly?